And I know here at home, there's no chance of rain today for the rest of the week, as for Carly said.
Yeah, pretty much no opportunity of rain. We do have fog, though, which may have some droplets of precipitation or droplets of moisture. We'll put it that way on your windshield. So you may need the windshield wiper at times just because we are so humid here in South Texas and the coastal bend. But overall, it's fog that's the bigger issue. We've got a dense fog advisory in place through 9 a.m. across the area. Only counties not issued the dense fog advisory. That would be Duval County, Brooks County, as well as Kennedy County. So additionally, along the coast, we're still dealing with some impacts from what was once Hurricane Rafael in the Gulf of Mexico. Coastal flood advisory set to come to an end later on this Monday, but high tide has been overnight. So through the morning, we may still be experiencing some minor coastal flooding, especially along our local beaches. Current swell height still 5 to 6 feet out at our local buoy. Calm winds right now creating likely some really beautiful surf condition out there early on this morning. Post-tropical now, Rafael. National Hurricane Center actually no longer monitoring the system as it has completely weakened. Wave heights still a little higher around that area of low pressure. You can still see it in the wind pattern, but it's no longer a tropical low worth worrying about. Look at this. This is all the convection left that is associated with Rafael. However, with the next cold front on the way, Louisiana could be seeing a little bit more tropical moisture moving up that direction. Unfortunately, it's not headed toward us. Something else to keep in note, this is our tropical overview. So the next names on the list would be Sarah and Tony, and we do have a 30% chance of development in the Western Caribbean. Now, a lot of the signs have this system slowly drifting west, so not worried about it impacting Texas or the Gulf of Mexico at this time. For our marine forecast, like I mentioned, really smooth conditions expected out there with some light wind only out of the north. Shifting to the east 5 to 10 knots today. Waves will be 2 to 3 feet out in the Gulf of Mexico, so they are lowering throughout the day today. We may still have some 4 or 5 foot waves early on, but that will become less common throughout the day. 7-second periods will be present, and we'll see water temperatures still hanging out around 79 at Packery Channel. Patchy fog early on, watch out for that, and then we'll continue to see some minor coastal flooding. Again, high tide at Bob Hall Pier going to get a little shorter in our periods. So we had high tide overnight. We're going to see another high tide at 10:21 a.m. But because that period is getting shorter, the tide shouldn't be pushing up as far on the beach. So that should improve our coastal flood conditions. As far as your wave forecast goes, we are going to see waves dropping into Wednesday, but picking back up with the chance of a cold front. Rip current risk is low, but there's a higher risk on Monday and Thursday as our periods get longer. But what you see here, winds picking up on Thursday, 7 to 17 miles per hour, and again on Sunday out of the south-southeast, but overall fairly light winds today. Again, this is what's left of Rafael. Moisture from the tropics being brought up ahead of this next cold front, but that's going to be over Louisiana, Mississippi, and into portions of kind of the Ohio River Valley. Meanwhile, we're left dry, and high pressure quickly builds in after that next cold front, which means we're going to be sunny and our temperatures are not going to drop much, unfortunately. So we'll go from a high around 90 on Wednesday and then fall to only about 84 degrees. Now we may see some lows back in the 50s with clear skies behind the cold front, but otherwise little to no hope for rain. A very slim chance for some rain over the weekend coming up, Barbie.